evening by saying to you that the People's National Party is going to win the next election, and East Portland Caucus is not going to be in Jamaica. I know that when we come to meeting, people say they want to hear what the PNP is going to do. But as we do look at teaching, there must also be some beating, because things are not going well in Jamaica land we love. And so nobody else have to do it. Let me take you up. Because they love sue me already, so they sue me again and nothing. Jamaica has for a prime minister currently a man that is a liar. He is a liar because he told this country that he was not aware why the Integrity Commission they certify him, and he told us that in checking our party and nobody was under investigation. And when we got the report and we went to page 17 of the report, it said that the Integrity Commission invited the Prime Minister to a meeting at Jamaica House, where they told him that there is the possibility that he has assets that are disproportional to his lawful income, that we call illicit enrichment. If the Prime Minister can come and tell a big lie like that, how can we believe anything else that he said? And where we come from in a country, my granny tell me say every lion is a priest and every priest is a lion. Government, you mustn't blame them for anything we want, even though they have been in power for 9 years. Everything that is wrong, they say don't blame us. After giving them 300% increase in salary, they said don't blame us for the bad roads. After giving them 300% after 9 years, they said don't blame us for the high crime. After 9 years and 300%, they said don't blame us for the high cost of living. After 9 years and 300%, they said don't blame us for the education crisis. After 9 long years and 300% increase, they said don't blame us for government corruption. After 9 years and 300% increase, they said don't blame us for high utility bills. After 9 years and 300%, they said don't blame us for the high cost of public transportation. Damian, what? I'm very scared saying better than me. Step aside now, because my golden and PNP is ready to take over. We have a government where Portland that's supposed to farm and people supposed to use agriculture get out of poverty. It can't work because this government is only giving out permits to their friends to import food items into the country, and when they import it, you still pay the same high prices for the items at the supermarket. The next PNP administration is going to ensure that we put land in the hands of can go there and farm, that you have access to storage, so when you produce your goods and they come in one time, you can store it and get value for your hard work. The next PNP administration will transform agriculture in this country. After we go through and select with candidates, we selected a bright young man to represent the people of Portland Eastern. Only to hear them as people start complaining and say all manner of things. If Darrell VAZ Can't in a parliament, Isat Buchanan going the top. Representative in East Portland who said more than present, because the current MP were in a parliament, the only time she talk and when they call her name and she said present, we want a representative for the lobbies of road, for water, for schools, for healthcare facilities, for the farmers of this constituency. Never go on like never bulldog and nothing conqueror. We no fear than nobody, no boy, no girl, no place, no dear, no rear. So tell them, you're the muscle, the treasure, with the broken glasses. How come now? For good representation. Your next member of parliament, most people only think of him when they think of the teacher because of what he did. But he also represented when they were trying to ban a young lady from school because she was wearing locks. And him represent our freedom of thought. When they had a man in prison for over 60 years, it was Comrade Isat Buchanan that represented and got him freed from captivity. Babylon showed Africa now. When the Maroons wanted legal representation, they turned to your next member of parliament. We are not giving you any deputy representative. We will not go how many parish in Jamaica. We are giving you a real representative. So they want to come and they want to define him. Don't let them define him for you. We are a Christian country and the Bible is based on redemption, that people can change and your tomorrow can be different from your today. It was Saul who was on his way to persecute Christians and he had his Damascus road experience and he became one of the greatest preachers for Christianity. Don't let them define your candidate. You have a human rights champion. You have a top lawyer. You have a caring representative. You have someone that loves people. Make welcome your next member of parliament. Come on, Isat Buchanan. You know they say you can learn a lot in silence. As I take this opportunity to introduce myself to you, I want to pay respect to the chairman, the president of the party, our GenSec, our senior members, all the representatives on the platform, and most importantly, you the people. I'm a firm believer that nothing can be done without the presence of God. And they have said that you can teach a man, or you can give a man a fish and feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Now that is what I am here to do. There will be doubters and there will be detractors. But one thing is for sure, no matter what happens when you leave today, we have the win. And I'm not going to move on until I hear everybody say, we have the win. We have the win. We have the win. We have the win. So anybody asks me why we have the win, I'm going to take this opportunity to show you something. It is in trust and it is in faith and belief that you will see the work of God. Because they will tell you that what I am doing is an impossible task. But I tell you this, nothing is impossible. Now, as I pay respects to the God that I serve, I am going to teach you how to harness the power of God, so that everything that you want right in your life, you will be able to harness that power. And in this silence, it is the presence of God that you should be feeling. And I share how I walk through the valleys of the shadow of death every day. And I am not deterred and I am not afraid. And I don't worry about what anybody has to say. I am here to represent you, and I am here to ensure that everybody's life here is uplifted. Isat Buchanan. To the chief musicians, a psalm of David. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is the keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen. Selah.
The Lord which made heaven and earth.
Comrades,
Isat Buchanan, the right man for the job.
I want to tell you something. You see, my father, Big Youth, that is my hero. And I learned so much from my father. And one thing I learned is that I must never give up. And I have been through many adversities, despite having two of the greatest parents. And I know my mother is somewhere in the audience, Dr. John Portius, Reverend Dr. John Portius. And I pay tribute to you, my mother. The Psalms 121 that I just shared with you, my mother used to wake me up every morning for 17 years non-stop and tell me, say, me happily read it. And I would know one day why I would read that Psalms. And I never leave it. So once again, Dr. John Portius, wherever you are in this audience, I love you and I respect you. And you are the reason why I can be here, stand firm and strong as a man, and ready to represent the people. I'm going to address selective morality, even though the Gen Sex speak a little bit about it. But here's what I need you to know. I am you. Each and every one of you, I am you. So whenever they tell you that you must reject Isat Buchanan, that is the elite telling you that they have rejected you and they only want your votes. More than that, I come to mash down that lie. Your sons and daughters deserve better. There is better out there, and that is what I am in East Portland to bring. I don't come to rob, and I don't come to thief. And the people must know that whenever it's time for you to make a choice, you must make a choice for your children. You want them to become doctors and lawyers. You want them to own the farms that they are farming on. You want the land that they have, they must own it. You want that when they make the crops and they produce, that they have economic opportunities to sell the crops, to sell the cattle, to sell the goats. Don't ever forget that. So, they will promise you and they will use money to influence you. They will use lies to change your mind for a better future for you. What is it that you must do is stand firm on your integrity. And when you cast your vote, you're doing so for the future of your kids. I know you just meet me. Some of you have seen before. But when they say, people always say, but where you have plan for we? Where you have give we? So I'll tell you a little bit about the plans. Say that again. No, hold on. Here it is. The world is watching. The world is watching. They are watching you. And when they watch me, they watch you. So here it is. I come down here and say, why them have Boston jerk lock? I go England and come back and them open it. When I tell them, say, them have to fix the schools, and I go look at the schools, them run and try to fix the school and buy fan. Yeah? I say I go Bellevue and say, listen, Bellevue want road and road want fix. I hear the next day, I find $12 million to try to fix the road. So we're not
corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
You see, we're not keeping nothing secret and we're not hiding nothing. So everything that is in Jamaica is for the people. Right in this square, we must see a statue of Nanny. Right in this square. They must remember that every time them see black people, it's maroons them looking at. Remember, you know, it's betterment. We want better for the people. You want better for yourselves. So the youths, some of them don't want farm, some want farm. We have to hear what it is that you and your kids want. So a lot of people are talented. A lot of people want to do entertainment. So we have to bring the entertainment to Portland. And that is exactly what I am going to do. So, at a minimum, if a man or a woman say, I'm talented and I can bust a tune, they must get the opportunity for sure, say, Portland have talent. And we're going to ensure, say, a studio is put up so that can happen. Entertainment is something important. So, you will see a creative hub for the dancers, the artists, the musicians, everything that is entertainment. You will learn how to enhance your God-given talent. You will see that. And when we talk about farming, right here, the biggest college for agriculture, CASE, is in Portland. So we need to ensure that the Portland College of Agriculture becomes a university.
Isat Buchanan.
It's not just talk. I know a Rasta man. Just remember that. The next government is the People's National Party. That is 100% sure. Remember I tell you that.
Isat Buchanan.
So anything education, I tell you right now, next year I personally know the minister. Don't worry yourself.
Isat Buchanan. Then we're going to be telling now. East Portland Buchanan is running.
I see someone quiet, so just in case you don't understand what I say, we know the Minister of Education next year. If you don't want to do it, I'm going to tell the Prime Minister. Alright? I want to talk about tourism, and I'm going to share something to you. Earlier this year, even before it was a thought that I would be selected as your candidate, I took a trip to St. Vincent and I met one of the most influential leaders, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez of St. Vincent. I was able to sit and have a conversation with him about leadership and ask, some of the questions that we wouldn't get the opportunity to ask. And he said, let me tell you something. Caribbean countries have track and field. They have entertainment. But more than anything, because we are gems of the world, tourism is big for us. So if you are living in a parish and the tourists not coming to you right out here by the port, or right where the port is, they're depriving you of economic value and economic growth. The parish dead. So we definitely are going to resurrect that, and you will see ships coming into this port. As they tell you about isms and schisms and all of the 3-card man business and 28 bank accounts that get pulled up and we don't know how it pull up. What is it? Them fine money? Oh, SSL money, yeah, them kind of money there. Them think they're bigger than me, so we're not going to really go right this up. Clean money is what we work for. But more than that, we have to deal with the isms, schisms. You see, if you can't go Blue Lagoon, that can't go on. That can't happen. So we are going to free that up. And we are going to stop anything that is depriving the people of access to the richest spaces in this country. I know say you want the US dollars. And I know say we doing the motorcade today we pass Boston Jerk. And we want to make sure that when you think about putting up your pan chicken, you know I'm gonna say fire for the pork. But when you have the tourists coming here, everything that you produce and everything that you create, you will have a buyer for your product. That is what we are working for. And that's the change I will bring. Not everything I talk about, I must tell you this. When you look at me, I want you to see that redemption is possible. There is some of you that have to keep it a secret that you probably had a conviction. And you're probably afraid to ask or tell them that I had a conviction or I get in trouble because you know why your boss fire you. You can't get a job working in government because you made a mistake. We have to look at one reality. Education is the reason why I'm here standing before you. Without education, the type of elevation that we want, it can't happen. So there are young people here who are bright. We have to identify them and make sure their road to tertiary education is that much easier. So I know you know that we must protect that space because they're trying to take it from you. We're not going to let that happen, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, I want you to understand, I listen. The people that I come across to, I listen. There was a young lady that said to me that she has a child that has disabilities. And there is no facilities to ensure that her child gets an education. When you walk around this square, believe me, there are mentally ill persons that not getting the help and the assistance that they need. We can't walk past the least above us every day and pretend that they're not here suffering. We have to change that. When you think about human rights, that is what I represent. the Constitution is the done of all dons. No more done in Jamaica but the Constitution. So everybody have to serve that and understand, say, your rights must be protected. So a school that can ensure that persons with disabilities is able to get an education will have to make facilities for that. Can't leave that out.